Okay, players. See, this should have never happened. And I am so grateful and glad that attorney Carlos Moore got on this situation and got it dismissed. Y'all remember when I told you that 11-year-old boy was charged with public urination in Centobia, Mississippi, and the judge sentenced him to 3 months probation and to write a essay about Kobe Bryant. Well, Carlos Moore has gotten the charges dismissed, and he said that he's going to be filing a lawsuit against the police department that arrested him. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's get into this. So, as previously reported back in August of 2023, Quantavious Eason was 10 at the time. He was with his mother while she was visiting an attorney's office. Now, he was left in the car. He had to use the restroom, and he stepped to the back of the vehicle and used the restroom. Some police officers was nearby. They saw him and arrested him. They put this 10-year-old child in the back of a police car, took him to the police station, and according to the mother, he was placed in one of the cells. So he was charged with public urination. And in youth court, they determined that he was a child in need of supervision. So the judge sentenced him to 3 months of probation and to write an essay about Kobe Bryant. This is an 11-year-old who had to use the restroom and stepped behind his mother's vehicle to do so. So the child's mother retained civil rights attorney Carlos Moore, and he immediately moved for a dismissal in this case. So on Monday, the judge dismissed the youth court petition that sought to designate the child as one in need of supervision. Carlos Moore stated that he is planning to file a lawsuit against the city, the police chief, and the officers involved. He stated he believed that the probation sentence was racially motivated. Now, the Centobia police chief stated that the child was not handcuffed and placed in a cell, although his mother says that he was. Now, they wouldn't publicly comment on the officers' statuses that were involved, but shortly after this happened, some officers were released from the police department, but we don't know if those officers are related to this case. Like I said, this should have never happened. This child didn't turn to the police officer, start shaking it around or peeing on anybody. He had to use the restroom, so he used it. He didn't publicly expose himself. This is just so very sad. But like I told y'all when I reported this back then, they're so quick to want to put our black boys in the system. We've got to be vigilant and we've got to be careful, and we've also got to retain legal counsel when we're going through situations like this. This is a good case for Carlos Moore. I'm glad that he moved on this, and I'm hoping that he does file this lawsuit, and it's also it's taken care of and it's compensated, because this is ridiculous. There's absolutely no plausible explanation that you can give me for an 11-year-old who had to use the restroom using it, and you didn't take that as a teachable moment instead of a moment where you need to lock somebody up in jail. Players, put your thoughts in the comments. This is Double D Mo for the Black Accurate News.